The prestigious Vogue magazine just put Kamala Harris on the cover in a desperate attempt to try to appeal to the only core demographic of voters that actually support her. Well, aside from gay men, divorced women, and younger, floozy, millennial, liberal women. But thankfully, there are still plenty of women who are immune to the liberal pathogen.
If you're a guy and you're voting for Kamala, you're low T. Maybe go get on some testosterone because your levels are showing. Oh, what's your favorite policy of hers? I'll wait. I'll wait. Meanwhile, there's a hurricane, and what the is she doing? She's going on a whore podcast, talking about how there's no laws over men's bodies. Poor me, victim. I'm a woman, and I'm a victim, and I don't get anything in the U.S. Go somewhere else then.
I'm sorry, I am so tired of the tens of thousands of just hard fours online being like, I'm voting for her because he's gonna strip all of our rights away as a woman. I can do that as a mom and a da. What rights, babe? What rights? He was already president, and how many rights did you lose? 0. He's trying to protect women's rights. What do you think it is when we have men in women's sports? We have men in our personal spaces. What do you think it is when dangerous men come over the border? That's what protecting women and children is. Oh, he already said he's not going to do a nationwide abortion ban. He's not going to do it. If anything, it's going to be state by state the way it has been. And guess what? If a state, 90% of people in a state want something, I think that state should have it, even if I don't agree with it. If you don't like it, move to another state. It's very simple. Stop with the propaganda. This is why people make fun of women. Use your brain. Use your brain, babe.
That's correct. And this is the woman that the liberal media industrial complex is trying to gaslight the American people into believing is the most qualified candidate ever.
So when we think about what's at stake in this election, whoa, it's packed with some stuff. It's packed with some fundamental stuff. I say rather articulately.
If you don't vote for Donald Trump, and if you don't convince every single person that you know to get out and actually vote, or even mail in your ballot, for God's sakes, this woman may very well be the next president of the United States. But thankfully, the meme makers are bringing some much-needed levity to these stressful times, like this meme of her town hall event over on Univision to a non-English speaking audience, where they literally had to have a translator translate the audience questions from Spanish into English.
Hola, Kamala. Me and my amigos want to know una cosa. Will you go back to El stripping after you lose to the greatest president of all time? Muchas gracias. Trump 2024. Arriba. Andele.
Claro que sí, amigos. Before yo soy vice president, I was a mucho good stripper. I never was mucho smart, but I was mucho good at El stripping. So yes, after I lose to El President Trump, I will go back to El stripping for El dinero.
You know, this voice cloning technology may very well be a big problem in the future, but at least in the meantime, the meme makers are making some quality memes. Like this one from comedian Danny Polachuk.
Thanks for having me, Alex. It's really great to be here.
We are 1 month out from the election. My audience is basically just whores and gay guys. Why should they vote for you?
I think it's simple. Vote for me and you'll have the first hoe in chief. Or vote for Donald Trump and no more abortions.
I love that you just called yourself hoe in chief. My audience of girl boss whores really can relate to that.
Google my name and Willie Brown or Montel Williams. It's not an act.
It gets much more spicy than that. If you want to watch the rest of it, you'll have to go and watch it on Danny's Twitter account, because when he uploaded it to YouTube, they gave him a strike and censored it for bullying Kamala Harris. But this is not a deepfake. This is a very fascinating video that shows a slice of life that not many of us experience firsthand.
About to vote?
Yeah.
Who you voting for?
Trump.
Come on, bro. Harris thugs backwards, bro.
What?
He's just trolling them.
Harris.
Man, we not voting for that, man. We voting for Trump, man.
Hey, who you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Man, Trump. We ain't that Indian ass, man.
Who, Kamala?
Yeah, we ain't.
Why you don't with her?
Cause she with them immigrants. I'm black.
So why you ride with Trump so much?
Them Venezuelans taking all our bread.
Hey, Trump or Kamala?
Shit, Trump, to be honest.
Why Trump, though?
He used to keep immigrants out, so You know, we was able for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to get jobs now because immigrants taking over.
And so this week they brought out the big gun, Obama, to scold black men, for the brothers, as he called them, for abandoning the Democrat Party and showing such a lackluster support for Kamala, and many joining the Trump train. Obama's admonishing tone to black men presents a risk for Democrats, says the New York Times. The former president's remark that some black men are not feeling the idea of a female president were blunt and urgent, but also potentially alienating for a vital group of Democrat voters. But it's not just black Democrat men who aren't supporting the Democrat nominee this time around. A lot of men aren't supporting Kamala, straight men, normal men, because I'll just say it, the president is a man's job. Call me sexist, I don't care. This is one of the many things that you'll never hear a mainstream conservative political pundit or talk show host say because, while many of them think it, they're still too cowardly to openly admit the truth. So subscribe to my channel if you're new here, by the way, and check back on a regular basis. And in a desperate attempt to try to convince more men to vote for Kamala Harris, a Hollywood filmmaker took it upon himself to produce this ad thinking that this would somehow help.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
By the way, this is not a parody making fun of the soy boys, the supposed men who support Kamala Harris. This literally was produced by a Kamala Harris supporter thinking that this would help.
I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me. I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
And this ad is being so well received by the liberal lunatics that the Clown News Network decided to have the producer on to help promote it.
Joining me now is the man who created this video, director and writer Jacob Reed.
We made this, myself and a bunch of friends who care about the election and wanted to get involved for a couple $100. And I think what I'm learning is when you get a lot of industry professionals together.
When you get a lot of Hollywood industry professionals together to make a campaign and they make it woke beyond belief and so stupid that you can't tell if it's a parody or not. Donald Trump sums up the situation that we're all facing perhaps better than anyone.
You see, that's the real threat to democracy, stupid people. That's the threat. Our biggest threat to democracy is stupid people.
I would add that it's not just stupid people. I would add that the stupid people aren't just the Democrat Party, the leadership, because some of them are actually fairly intelligent and quite cunning. It's actually the stupid people who vote for them. The stupid people who are going to vote for Kamala Harris. Thankfully, nobody around here is that stupid because I have the most intelligent and loyal audience of any YouTuber. And subscribe to my channel if you're new here because you won't find independent analysis and content like this anywhere else. So thanks for all your support and stay tuned, and I will see you soon.